Rob, congratulations. Just give us your overall thoughts, please.
Well, before I start, I have to make sure your mics are working because I've lost my voice. My overall opinion, probably the first 10 minutes summarised it for me. We lost a man literally in the first minute, and we just seemed really calm and composed in that moment. It'd be very, very easy to actually change the way you're going to play, change what you got without going through the correct process, but we didn't. We stuck to us guns. I thought we were really good within that 10 minutes. And actually to go up when we're a man down probably showed where we're at. I thought we did a lot of hard work in the first half. Against a Cast team that when I watched last, particularly against Wigan, look, they're a tough team to play, Cas. Very tough team to play. You know, somebody who's played here, played against them many times. The stadium, the pitch, the crowd are all really vocal, really good crowd, you know, and it's a hostile place to come. So it's never easy. So to actually play the way we did in the first half with a man down, but then actually to get a stranglehold on the game, I thought we'd put a lot of effort and hard work in the first half, which ultimately paid dividends in the last 10 minutes.
Was it even more impressive given the short turnaround?
Yeah, look, I've said I don't want to be a whinging moaning git, but the turnaround has not one good. Going to Catalan Saturday night and then coming here on Thursday night, it wasn't good at all. Obviously, the travel we went into Barcelona and it was about a 3.5 hour coach ride on top of the thing. So look, there was a lot of stuff that the players could quite easily use as an excuse, but I thought each to a man, I thought they were all really, really good tonight.
There was a point, I think it was relatively early on in the second half, where you came flying out of the stands to the touchline. You were shouting and bawling. What was all that about?
I've lost my voice, so I don't think they can hear me on radio, so I needed to get down. I need to get down the pitch side to make sure I could get my messages across, but there were a couple of different stuff here. One of them were, one of them I ran down the first half, I think it was the first half, when the shot clock cooler went, and then 10 seconds afterwards they put the ball in. What's the point of having a shot clock? What's the point? He turned and went, oh, the hooter's gone. You better put the ball in next 30 seconds. It's like, well, it's gone. No, I ran down a couple of times, but yeah, I'm obviously getting a little bit animated. And with me having no voice, I need to be pitch side.
Shot clock apart, there was a big onus on the officials tonight, wasn't there, after what had gone before? How did you think things went from that point of view?
Oh, look, I don't really want to be a coach and talk too much about officials. We've got a really tough job. It's not an easy job. It's not a job I'd like to do. You know, you're always going to be the villain on one part. And I thought Cas were a little bit hard done by last week, if I'm honest. I thought they were really hard done by. And Danny spoke a lot about, you know, the different clubs getting calls, and when you're at the bottom end, as we've probably noticed ourselves this year, you know, sometimes the penalties don't go your way, but for us as a team, we've just got to concentrate on what we can do, and what we can do to actually gain some penalties and not get them against us. And so, look, I thought, I don't really want to talk about it, so I'm honest. I think the players should be talking about the players.
Given the way Swift and Wilson performed tonight, there were timely returns for you tonight, weren't they?
Yeah, and really, really, really coincidentally, it was Wilson's 100th Super League game today, and also Swifty's 200th Super League game. So, yeah, look, and I thought they were both brilliant. Ollie Wilson's been carrying something for quite a long time. He had the injection in it, we gave him a couple of weeks off, and he looked like a new man. Swifty, look, he's just sensational. Every time he plays, he's Swifty, he's brilliant. But you know what? I thought as a team today we were really good. There were probably another couple of standouts as well. I thought Tani had one of his best games since he come over. I thought he was really dangerous. He carried the ball really well. Defensively he was sound and made some really good decisions with the ball. I thought Burgess probably had his best game for the club. I thought he's at the last couple of games in particular, he's really starting to carry some momentum with his carries and getting us on the front foot and getting quick play the balls. So yeah, look, them two were really coming into their own, but I thought as a team we were really good.
just lastly for me, is this sort of result performance that can kickstart you again, do you think?
Oh, fingers crossed. You know, like where we are in the season, we've just got I know it's a cliche anyway, but you take every game as it comes, and we just want to basically make sure we're putting good performances in, but we've been putting good performances in the first half of the season, not coming away with results, so it's got to the stage where I'd take an ugly win. I'd take ugly wins down for the rest of the season if the wins. So yes, we want to perform well, yes, we want to put a good performance on for the fans and for everyone else, but we want to start picking up some 2 points as well.
Just on Tui, Luke, that pass for George Flanigan's try, I think it was a great piece of skill, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, great mate. Look, I've said all along that Tui's probably one of the best. He's one of the best attacking players in the competition. I don't just mean in our team. I mean the competition. I always think Tui's a bit of a barometer for us. You know, sometimes you've got to sometimes probably rein him in a little bit, because when he's good, generally we are good. I've said this for a few years. When Tui plays well, we generally as a team play well, so we want the best Tui because he brings out the best in everybody else around him as well.
You feel George Flanigan's growing in stature all the time?
Look, I think he's becoming. I don't think he's there yet. I think there's areas in his game that we're continually working on. You know, there were some instances today that you probably, if he has another go at, he'd probably do a little bit better. He's only a kid. He's playing at Super League week in, week out now. And I think he's just getting better and better. The more games he plays, the better he'll become. When young kids sometimes come in and play too many games, sometimes it can be a little bit of a, you know, as an ideal situation where you take him out of the team for a couple of weeks, bring him back in, but look, he's brilliant with the ball in hand. You can tell he's from a rugby family. You can tell he's grown up with the ball in his hand. I don't need to teach him how to play the game when he's got the ball in his hand. It's the other side of the game we need to work on, and he's getting better and better and better. What I do love about George is he's willing to work hard. He wants to work hard, he wants to improve. He loves rugby. That's what I love about him. There's a lot of young kids nowadays that are good at rugby that don't actually like it or watch it. He's a rugby nerd, so he's really good to work with, and I think, like I say, there's a lot in his game to work on. I don't want him jumping, going too far in front of himself, but if he keeps improving at the rate he is, then obviously he's in for a very big future.
Will you look to manage him a bit more when now comes back?
Yeah, look, I think so. Like, it's what I want. I want competition places. What I've not probably had at the beginning of the year is, if you were fit, you were playing. What we want now is we want competition where, you know, if someone's playing well, then it takes a lot to, you know, whoever's got that spot deserves to keep that spot as long as they're playing well, regardless of age. But when somebody's on your shirt tail try to take that position, inevitably normally makes you play better. So we've got that again today. Look, Jake Bibby missed out today. Fenton Rogers came back. Matty English missed out today. Who are all really good players. All three players that I really rate, and I love being in the squad. So if players don't perform, you've got players like that now waiting in the wings, ready to take the spot.